Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from ACHA's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like shrinking.
Number 4 versus number 3. Two teams always in contention when March comes around, battling it out in St. Louis for the ACHA Men's D1 National Championship. It's the Bobcats and your Bulldogs on a Thursday night in Adrian. Hello and welcome everyone into the booth. He's Michael Schubeck, I am Jack Whitehead, and we could not be more excited to bring you this Men's ACHA Division I game here on Adrian College Television. Both these teams are led by their netminders, with both having over a .960 save percentage.
Yes, you know, both goalies come in strong here, especially the Bobcats goalie Garrett Alderman coming with a 98.9% save percentage, only one goal allowed on 94 total shots this year. Obviously, Adrian's netminder, and
I believe it's going to be Dylan Eliason
yes,
tonight.
sorry about that. He comes in kind of with a 96.7 save percentage on the year. Both goalies here, but Eliason's only played 3 games compared to Alderman, who's played 7. So it's going to be a battle of really which goalie can keep the puck out of the net and kind of grind their team to a win.
Yeah, we really thought it was going to be Peyton Traska once again in net for the Bulldogs. Coach Gary Estalos goes to the freshman in Eliason, who's been outstanding. All credit to him. But the Bulldogs have controlled this history, leading all time 13-6. They have lost the last 2 here at the AIA, but they have outscored the Bobcats 83-51 in this series. If the Bulldogs are going to win this game and get back into the win column, what are they going to have to do?
Yeah, the Bulldogs have to stay out of the penalty box here, as throughout every game that they've played this year, they're averaging 16.5 penalty minutes per game with a total of 166 penalty minutes. That is a ton of time spent in the box and not enough time on offense if you are Adrian. And especially, you're putting a lot of pressure on this penalty kill. While they are killing at around 89%, it's still wear and tear on your penalty kill throughout the year. With the Bobcats only converting around 21% of the time on their power play, it's really Adrian's going to have to stay out of the box in this one.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, we saw this a lot and a very apparent issue against Liberty. They took way too many penalties. They took 7 minors against Syracuse, eventually falling in that one in a shootout. Bulldogs coming off that tough loss to a not very good Syracuse team. Gary Astalos, we're sure, is going to have this group ready, though, to fire. Going over Adrian, like you mentioned, 89% on the penalty kill. Ohio still right there, 85.3%. Bulldogs power play sitting just over 30%, while the Bobcats power play is just under 22%. The Bulldogs are going to have to get in front of this goalie. You mentioned it. He's got 1 goal allowed in a bunch of games. How do you think the Bulldogs get one by this guy?
Well, really, it's going to be able to block his view in front of the net. If you're a goalie, he's a big guy, but, you know, Adrian's got some tall forwards here. They're going to have to kind of crowd the front of the net. A lot of their goals aren't going to be pretty. They're not going to be flashy here. You're going to have to get in front of the net, get rebounds, and kind of bump them in on second chance opportunities here if you're Adrian.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Garrett Alterman starting in net, number 31, 6'2". The Bulldogs starting lineup, though, Justin Jammer sitting at 6'3", Eli Reimer at 6'3" as well. Mateo Turin, he's the big boy at 6'5".
Yes, if you are the Bulldogs, like you said, with all those big guys, you're going to have to crowd this netminder. 1 goal on 94 shots is really unheard of. You're just going to have to get in his way and kind of make him move a little bit, get him uncomfortable early, and kind of keep tacking on goals as the game goes on.
The Bulldogs are 5-0 in Game 1 of series this year. The Bobcats right behind them at 4-0. Something's got to give in this historic rivalry. We've got starting lineups right now. We're going to cut to a short break for the national anthem, but do not go anywhere. We've got the number 4 and number 3 teams in the country going at it here on ACTV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow AdrianCollegeTV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic.
Welcome back to Arrington Ice Arena. Jack Whitehead, Michael Schubeck with you as we get set for this MD1 ACHA Division I battle between the Ohio Bobcats and the Adrian Bulldogs. Starting lineups are set. We are just about to get underway.
Yes, Jack, here early on, obviously, if you're the Bulldogs, you want to get pressure on them. You're a big team. Establish some physical dominance here early if you are the Bulldogs.
And we are set to rock. Bulldogs up front. They've got Reimer, Jammer, and Turin, and we are off. Back to McLaughlin right away. Bulldogs win it and get it deep. Intercepted there by Glenn right in the middle. We are off, and that's going to be a quick icing, though, for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to get a tip in there, get the puck in deep. Not really much open there early for McLaughlin. Unable to connect there for an icing. Kind of a slow start here for Adrian after winning the draw.
Yeah, Bulldogs trying to get on it early and often. You see both benches, everyone standing, attacking their sticks. As Glenn digs in against Reimer. We have a little bit of stoppage. Sorry for the technical difficulties on our end. We should be back up and running. So that is Big Richie back at the... Comes around to Jammer. Jammer tips it out right to number 26, Keller. He dumps it right back to where it came from. Mott reverses it to Thompson. Bobcats early pressure here. Shot blocked. Shot by Turin. Saved at the blue line.
Yeah, it's a big body and turn. They're able to get in front of that puck and block it for the Bulldogs.
Puck comes loose right in front of the net. Eliason quickly puts his glove on it and stops play. Good early shift here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, obviously they've controlled a lot of this, only 45 seconds in here, but the Bobcats have controlled almost all possession after an icing from the Bulldogs that really kind of gave them the opportunity to keep this pressure on.
Reeve and Reagan battling it out. Face-off draw, one back by the Bulldogs. Reagan. Battle in the corner. Gajewski tries to whack it. Bulldogs come away with it. In Reagan, back to Gajewski. Gajewski gets checked hard at the blue line by Abraham. D-to-D Nabozny. Deflected by Gajewski. Away are the Bobcats. Sharp angle shot, scores! Minute and 8 seconds in. The Bobcats jump out 1-0 early. It's Luke Reeves' 8th of the season.
Yeah, Luke Reeve has been a dominant scorer this entire year, only playing in 6 games for the Bobcats here, has kind of caught a nice stretch pass here to Reeve on a little deflection there, caught Adrian off guard, and a beautiful shot in the top left corner, able to slip it by Eliason. Just, he's been dominant all year. That's his 8th goal of the year. This is his 7th game. Just great shot there for the Bobcats to jump out to an early 1-0 lead.
Big start for Ohio, coming in as the number 3 team in the nation. Bulldogs right behind them. They're at 4, coming off that tough shootout loss to Syracuse. Ohio right back into the Adrian's end, though. Weidman plays it out. DeCalloway overskates it. Does dump it in. The check of Aldridge. Stopped by Alderman behind the net.
Yeah, if you're Adrian here, you're just trying to get some possession going. The Bobcats have dominated early on, slipping one early. Just trying to take possession and get this game back in control.
Bulldogs Bro up to Weidman. Chipped into Mins. 4th line for Adrian. Trying to spark something here early. Chipped in. Here goes Holt after it. Hold on McLaughlin. McLaughlin rides in nicely. Schomburger trying to battle it. Ohio still in possession. It's Holt again back there.
A lot of body contact here from both teams early on, trying to get some dominance going on.
There's TJ Ritchie, 6'5" defenseman. It's going to be played to the high stick by Schomburger. Keller plays it regardless to negate it. Schomburger's got it, finds Allen on the far side. Allen tries to drive the net. He does! Big save early from Alderman. Bulldogs' best opportunity so far. Keller gets hit hard by McLaughlin. A big body check there.
Yeah, McLaughlin now with 2 big hard hits on this Bobcat team, trying to wear him down.
Chance out in front again. Taken by Hunter Allen. Plays it out to center. Bulldogs top line right back out there in Turin. Turin lays a big hit on Holt.
Yeah, it looks like Jammer might have gotten away with a little tripping call there. Went for a poke check, caught some skate, but luckily no ref saw it.
That's the last thing the Bulldogs need. It's played out. Mazuka trying to get it to center, taken away. Reimer. Reimer's in, sharp angle, gets walled off nicely there by May. And taken back by Casper. Ohio D to D. And out, Mazuka chips it in. After it is Stibe. Bulldogs play it out, Jammer. Gives it away, gets it back. Plays it to center ice in turn. Turn and Reimer away, 2-on-2. Jammer with support. It's hit hard, played back to the blocked right there by Stibe, and he's out away behind the Bulldog defense. Big Griffin Zaski.
Adrian's trying to find more control here. Kind of having some puck handling problems here earlier. We saw Reimer mishandle a little bit going into the zone, but it seems like they've kind of evened that out here only 4 minutes in.
Yeah, a lot better shifts here than we saw that first one. It's all Ohio, and they made the Bulldogs plays. This going back for icing. Bro is getting there to negate it over to Gajewski. He goes cross ice, intercepted. Strasky, the defenseman, jumps up, plays it to Reagan. Gajewski gets it taken away by Thompson, and Reagan takes it right back, dumps it into the left of Alderman. Played up the boards, Sebastian Smith laying a body. Here they go again. Thompson on Strasky. Thompson plays it to the front. Nice defensive play there by Gajewski. Bosny on it. He's getting hit hard. Gilbert now. Bulldogs finally gain possession off the wall. Can't get it out. It's the goal scorer, Reeve. Bulldogs finally clear. And now Smith with some space. He will regroup at his own blue line and just chip it down. Alley-oop play. Bulldogs with a chance here. It's Nyes by himself. Nice nifty play there from Sebastian Smith. Puck is loose out front. Nye still has it.
Yeah, Nye wasn't able to get an angle originally, so he went around the net for a wraparound. Great play there by the Bobcat defense to turn him away.
Weidman with good pressure to Callaway.
We're going to hand pass here. Is now a scuffle over in the far corner.
I guess it was a hand pass. Didn't really see it from up here, but yeah. I'm sure that's not the last rough stuff we're going to see here tonight between these two rivals.
No, this Bulldog team loves to hit. They love to fight, and they love the box. So you're trying to stay out of the box, but still kind of hit your opponent, take him down, and kind of get him scared towards the end of the game.
Yeah, it's a fine line as this puck is shooting out into the stands. Watch out.
Yeah, high ball, high puck there. Just goes right over the net. Luckily, no one hit, no one injured. We're going to move past that one here, as now they're going to drop it at center ice.
Yeah, we heard metal. Thankfully, it does hit the stairs. That first goal, Luke Reeve, Nolan Abraham picks up his 5th assist. Just a minute and 8 seconds in. Bulldogs, McLaughlin dumps it in. Ohio with a pretty easy breakout. Hunter Allen intercepts. Allen's got it. Plays it across to nobody in particular. Stolen away. Mott recovers. Schaumburger breaks out. Hunter Allen trying to beat wide. May had a hold of his stick.
Yeah, great play there. Didn't hold it long enough to.
Shot here right in front. Puck is loose. That was Reimer. Eli Reimer tried to get it to Allen.
Sorry, I finished my thought. He didn't hold the stick long enough to be able to have a penalty called on him, but he held it just enough to interfere with the Bulldog coming up the ice.
McLaughlin steps up. He shoots just wide. I believe Alderman did get a piece of that with the glove.
That was a great use of the defensive screen there. Goalie kind of late eye on that puck, using his own defender as a screen.
Jammer rides out Thompson. Back to Toth. He chips it out to center ice. Keller with it. They just dump it right back in. Glenn gets a stick on it. Gilbert pressuring, Thompson pressuring Toth. Given away by the Bulldogs, and Keller with a shot. Blocked away to the corner by McLaughlin. Mateo Turin plays it to center ice, but that's as far as they'll get. As Keller dumps it right back in. Ricocheted off the glass. Eliason had to be quick.
Yeah, just try to settle it down here. Take their time, build some offense going here. They really only had chances, not been able to build sustained pressure in the Bobcat zone here, as we've seen almost this entire first period so far, it's been in Adrian's end.
Chance out in front here for the Bobcats, poked away by Eliason, and a big hit in the center of the ice on Gajewski, and he is slow to get up.
Yeah, it was heavy hit.
Play is blown down. I believe it was fairly clean hit. I think his knee on knee might have just been a little bit more apparent than the referees saw. They will huddle up. Can't imagine, though, they do call a penalty off of this. Early in, Bulldogs only credited with that one shot. Ohio with 3.
Yeah, but really this entire game has lived in Adrian's end. I mean, with the exception of a few like dump-ins and dump-in and chase, Ohio's really had no problem breaking this puck out against Adrian. And, I mean, it's just been dump and chase from the Bobcats here early on.
Yeah, the Bobcats not afraid to throw their weight around. We've seen the Bulldogs do it.
No, we saw McLaughlin early throw a couple huge bodies for the Bulldogs, and then Ohio responding right back with a big hit of their own.
Carter McLeod, the extra skater for the Bulldogs, the freshman, starts skating around. It's Gajewski.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Never want to see that, especially on a hit that looked pretty clean.
Yeah, Gajewski, really a big part of this Bulldog team. It's a tough loss if he cannot come back into this game. So he will head to the locker room. Faceoff will be to the left of Eliason.
Yeah, now if you're the Bobcats here, taking advantage of this offensive zone draw and a little bit of rest, obviously they have Luke Reeve out there scoring their only goal.
Reeve out with Aldridge and Abraham. Bosny and May on the back end.
And now Stiles has to go to his bench, work some things up here with the lines going to shift around here after going down with an injury.
A cheap shot in the middle right there, and another Bulldog is down. And Zaski just broke his stick on a cross check, and he's going to get the only penalty as the Bulldogs going to the penalty kill. That's Keegan DeCalloway down now. They're going to call it a slash. It was a cross check.
Yeah, I mean, as much as you want to go in there and defend your teammate, it's unfortunate that, for Zaski that he came in there. You don't want to make those errant mistakes. Yes, you're going to defend your player. You want to make sure that they don't want to do that again. They want to mess with your team, but you also got to be smart here. Now you put the Bobcats, who are already 1-0, up on a 2-minute penalty, and while they've only converted on 21% of their power plays, it's still nothing you want to see here early on in this game where they can extend the lead.
Ohio's power play just over 14% away from home. Bulldogs a big, important kill here. Did not want to trail 2-0 considering Ohio has given up 6 goals all year. Faceoff will be to the right of Eliason.
Yes, but only giving up 6 goals all year. Alderman has not seen many shots here early in this game. Only 1 credited for the Bulldogs.
Glenn digs in here, wins it straight back. Ohio setting it up. It's Dustin at the blue line. Shot by Holt. Deflected off the stick of Bro and out of play.
Yeah, great play there by Bro to get a stick on it. Kind of running an umbrella formation there with a kick out, looking for an opportunity to kind of bang play there in front of the net. If not, they're going to take that shot. Look for a nice play there in front off a rebound from Eliason.
Dustin and Aldridge mind the point. Glenn in on the faceoff. Bulldogs counter with Jammer. Glenn wins it back again. Aldridge with it now. Aldridge and Dustin swap places. Aldridge shoots one through just wide. Jammer after it. Puck is fought for in the corner. Taken away by Jammer and shot the length of the ice. Bulldogs wholesale change. And a big hit in the middle, right in front of Alderman. No call in the play for either. Now it's a 4-on-3 here for the Bobcats. DeCalloway gets back.
Yeah, DeCalloway almost looked blindsided there. Didn't see him coming, but it looked like a very targeted hit from the Bobcats here.
chance here, good passing. Back to Dustin, he shoots, patted away.
Yeah,
Aldridge.
Eliason got a clear look on that one.
Aldridge back on it. He walks to the center. Dustin back to Aldridge. They play catch. Dustin across, another shot. I believe Eliason did get a piece of that. Passed over again. It's Holt. Poke check there, comes in the front. Sent down the ice by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's great defense there by Ethan McLaughlin, able to swing his stick around, confuse the Bobcat offender there, and kind of just get the puck cleared for Adrian.
And we've seen Blake Weidman do this countless times on the penalty kill.
Yeah, it's a risky play. You're like right now, he gets caught. Now you're looking at a 4-on-2 for the Bobcats coming up the ice.
Nice defensive play there by Strasky. Back to Nabozny. He's got all kinds of time. Just under 10 seconds to go. First power play. Nabozny with it. Passes across. Over. Did not want it. Back to Nabozny. Stick save by Eliason. Zaski out of the box. Bulldogs with 3 defensemen on the ice. See if this comes back to bite them. So Ohio does get a change back to Nabozny. He's got it again, dumps it back in. Here's as Toth is playing forward for the time. Bulldogs finally get him away with it, played up to Weidman. He just chips it up to center ice. Bulldogs will get organized. Bobcats not allowing them to. Thankfully, though, it is offsides. Just over halfway through in this first period, Bulldogs trailing the Bobcats 1-0.
Yeah, Ohio here has done a great job of controlling the puck, especially after receiving the power play that was kind of gifted to them by Zaski. Now, if you're Adrian, you're just trying to get back on this offensive horse, grind away, and try to get sneak one past Garrett Alderman.
McLaughlin, he almost gives it away. Luck played at center, taken away from Schaumburger, and here comes Ohio once again. Back to the point in Gilbert. He's got space, shoots, nobody out front. Eliason blockers that away. Here goes Hunter Allen. He's on Klopfer. Drops it back to Mins. Back to Allen out front, just off his stick into the corner. Given away, and Ohio breaks loose. It is Will Cohen, dumps it all the way around, past the stick of Eliason. And a big hit behind the play. No call. Referee's letting him play. There's Allen on, I believe, Stibe. Stibe gets it back and shoots just over the net. Keller with it. He plays it behind, and he takes a hit from Allen.
Allen really throwing his body around here. If you're Adrian, you just got to get possession and try to maintain that. Have struggled all year.
And just a really pretty dumb penalty there by the Bobcats as Hunter Allen draws one. It's going to go to number 6, TJ Ritchie. 6'5" man, just got a little bit too aggressive on Allen as he dumped that puck in. The Bulldogs will get their first power play chance.
Yeah, and the shots have been clearly dominated by Ohio here. 8 shots for them, only 1 for Adrian. You gotta get you have to get more shots on Alderman here. He's only allowed 1 goal on 94 shots. I mean, he's not gonna let one by with only 1 shot, 2 shots, or 4 in this first period. You gotta tack on 5 or 6 more to kind of get him warmed up and beat him down.
Bulldogs, Reimer wins it back to McLaughlin. To Turin, he's getting harassed by Glenn. Over to Mins. He plays it down to Reagan. Reagan shooting one, blocked in front. It's going to be cleared to center ice. Excuse me.
Great catch there by Reagan to neutralize a clear from the Bobcats and a quick regroup here.
McLaughlin goes right back in. Now with Turin, dropping to Mins. He shoots from a tough angle. Puck does go out of play. Like to see the Bulldogs sort of set up for taking these low percentage chances with nobody out front.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on that. A low percentage shot in the power play is something you never want to see. You have numbers. You want to take your time, set it up, kind of get the Bobcats into their defensive position, and then have it moved around, kind of create a play in front of the net, out wide. Just not a low percentage shot is the last thing you want to do.
Now the Bulldogs counter with 4 forwards. Smith, Jammer up front. Schaumburger back at the point to Callaway, also out there with Strasky. Strasky gets it taken away, and he's going to take an interference penalty. or Luke Reeve would have been in all alone to try to pot his second. There goes the Bulldogs power play as we will play 4-on-4 for 1 minute and 22 seconds, barring any goals.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. It's a little bit of mishandling of the puck. Reeve attempted to take an opportunity. Kind of a great play there. You'd rather take an interference call and give up a breakaway to Luke Reeve here.
"12 minutes gone by, 4-on-4 Bulldogs bench trying to get it involved here, banging their sticks. Both benches still standing. Reimer can't win that one. Back to Reeve. Reeve, Nabozny. Now Abraham. Back to Nabozny. He gets pressured by McLaughlin. Back to Abraham, excuse me. Backdoor feed to Reeve. He can't get it, plays it back. Reimer intercepts. Now the Bulldogs with a chance. McLaughlin getting pressured out front, gives it away. Shot just wide. That was from Aldridge. Point blank miss there. It's Reimer pressuring Abraham, and Aldridge shoots again. Just wide. It's all Bobcats so far. Mott trying to take Reeve out. Can't do so. Chance here for Nabozny in the slot. Blocked by Turin. Nabozny gets it back. He's still got it. Now he reversed to Abraham. Abraham makes Reimer miss, and he shoots into the glove. And a little bit more rough stuff. But that was 50 seconds dominated by the Bobcats in the Bulldogs' end.
Great job there by McLaughlin to kind of clear out the front of the net, give Eliason a clear view so he could easily handle that shot. You don't want any screens going on here, especially the way that the Bobcats kind of run a lot of their offense through their defense. They kind of move it up, try to crowd the front of the net and get some screens and shots in.
4-on-4 for another 30 seconds until the Bulldogs will be shorthanded for 40. Taken back by Bro. Bro to Sebastian Smith, leading this Bulldog team. Weidman with a little bit of an area here, takes a slap shot. Good last second stick there by Matthew Overt. That puck deflects out of play, 14 seconds remaining in 4-on-4.
Yeah, it's 4-on-4, so for both teams, you're trying to use the space that this gives you. Obviously, 5-on-5 is a little more crowded. That 4-on-4 opens up for a lot of that more stretch passes, a lot more looks wide, rather than kind of playing inside and trying to build out. You can take use of that space.
It's Callaway lining up for the Bulldogs. Tries to go forward, can't do so. Glenn wins it back. Bobcats control him. To Callaway. Tried to lay a hit, couldn't do so, and here come the Bobcats. Bobcats now with a power play for 39 seconds. Drop to Glenn. He shoots right to the mitt of Eliason for his 9th save of the night.
Yeah, again, still Adrian with one shot on goal here with only 6 minutes left, just over 6 minutes left in this first period. Just not a lot of offensive possession here for Adrian. You have to get possession in the offensive zone, and they've struggled with it all night.
Glenn in on the draw once again. As I say that, does get kicked out. Aldridge now steps in. Takes the faceoff while Thompson was right behind him in the dot. Regardless, Dustin comes up with it to Aldridge. He plays it down. Back to Aldridge, off his stick to Dustin. Dustin to Aldridge, one-timer. I believe that hit crossbar. That deflects out of play. 21 seconds to go in this Strasky interference penalty.
Great puck movement there from the Bobcats, able to move it low. Then they get it back high for a great shot opportunity with bodies in front. Luckily for Elias and his best friend, the crossbar came through for him.
Scramble draw, played over to Holt. Holt with it, just flings it across, and here goes Weidman with a chance. He gets taken down. Thompson with it now. Played over to Glenn. In the middle, shot, scores! Laker Aldridge, his 4th of the night, or excuse me, 4th of the year. Bulldogs now trail the Bobcats 2-0.
Yeah, it's nothing you ever want to see there from Adrian. Overcommitting on a penalty kill here. Just a great shot there from Aldridge, able to sneak it by Eliason for the 2nd of the night.
And a period dominated by the Bobcats. And the scoreboard and the play itself has reflected that. Bulldogs look to get something going. Ohio right back on the attack. Take it through, and a big hit there by Allen once again. Toth plays it back to Bro, by him. Cohen with it. He plays it off a stick that will go out of play. 5:44 remaining in this opening period.
Yeah, that's just been straight up dominated by the Bobcats here. All offenses just ran through the Adrian zone. They really haven't been able to possess the puck. They keep losing it. It's fumbling in the middle of the ice. Just then picked up and dumped right back in. Bobcats are playing a great dump and chase offense, putting a lot of pressure on Adrian, and they've been able to capitalize twice here.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. We weren't completely sold on this Bobcat team just because the caliber of teams playing hasn't really been anything inside the top 10 or 15. They have proven their number 3 ranking here so far. It's another chance out front. Shot, stick save again by Eliason. That was Cohen. A golden opportunity. Bulldogs trying to clear. It's Allen. Bosny keeps it in again. He gets it back and he shoots. That's tipped on net. Stibe, I believe, got a stick on that one. Now here come the Bulldogs. Allen and Mins. Allen gets ridden off. He plays it back to Reagan. Gets hit up high. Played back to Mott. Chips it to Space. Reagan with it now. Reagan still with it. Gives it away. Bosny. Over to Casper. Casper getting hounded by McLeod. Played back to Gilbert. He plays it off the end wall. Over to Casper. Casper gets driven hard by Mott. Bulldogs with possession. Mott with it now. Mott using space and just dumps it in.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really need to start mounting possession here in the offensive zone. Have not seen much of it. Still only one shot.
That shot is just wide. McLaughlin fires. Easy stick save there from Alderman. Smith with it again. Plays it back to McLaughlin again. Across to Mott. He waits, shoots, never saw it. Alderman's positioning saves that one. That puck hit him, and then he finally reacted. Makes his 3rd save of the night.
Yeah, great screen there by Adrian. We said it in the pregame show. They need to get bodies in front of Alderman. Now, not to mention it, not to take away, this Bobcat defense in general, 94 shots is only 11.7 shots per game allowed. If you're only allowing 11 shots a game, that's just a recipe for success all around.
Bulldogs kind of with a big line here. The crowd tries to get back into this. Bulldogs counter with Reimer, Turin, and Jammer right off the draw. Quick shot. That puck travels.
A lot of fumbles here on the blue line. We have a 2-1 resulted in a penalty.
Aldridge plays it in. Eliason sticks that one to McLaughlin, given away. Laid back to Keller. Keller walks in, doesn't shoot it. Over to Abraham. Back to nobody in particular, but a shot off the ricochet, saved by Eliason. Another chance here, taken away, and Reimer tries to get away, drops his stick, no call. A little bit of interference there from Ritchie, but did well to not take a penalty.
Yeah, he did just enough to kind of not warrant that referee putting his arm up, able to not completely block him, but just kind of get in his way a little bit.
Bulldogs do regain possession. It's Bro. Strasky has Reimer, hits him. Reimer getting hit hard by Keller, still makes the play. Nye plays it in front. Puck is loose, sitting in the crease. Nobody knows where it is. Referee blows the whistle.
It's Adrian's really first grade A chance of the night, bouncing around. Alderman does a nice job to close his legs and frees the puck for the Bobcats. Just finally Adrian seeing some offensive momentum here, a little unlucky. Couple bad bounces their way. Lost the puck.
That was Reimer in front with a golden chance. See if the Bulldogs can build on some of these shifts. To Callaway. Steps in. Glenn wins that one back. Nye makes a good hit. Steals the puck away. To Callaway. Falls. Gets back up and still has it. Plays back door to Weidman. Plays it back to Strasky. just under his stick, sort of handcuffed him. Back to Eliason, who waits off the stick of a Bobcat. I believe that was Thompson. Bulldogs trying to get it. Nye plays it around to Bro. Bro to Weidman. Scramble at the point. It's played off the pad of Eliason. Now it's played hard off the boards. To Nye, gives it to Weidman. Back to Nye. Nye with a chance and a shot. Good save there. The Bulldogs are starting to test this senior Garrett Alderman.
Yeah, if you're Nye there with Weidman in front of the net, almost a high shot there is not the way to go. You're looking at that low pass into that pad, try to get a rebound with your teammate in front of the net, looking for an easy tap-in goal. Unfortunately, went a little high, and Alderman was able to freeze it.
Yeah, Alderman sitting at 6'2". McLaughlin now with it. He shoots. Another position save there from Alderman. Never had to move. But now we're seeing more of what Bulldog hockey and these fans are accustomed to seeing. A lot more time in the offensive end. Bulldogs still only with 6 shots.
Yeah, but to think about it, 5 of them have really come in the last 2 minutes here. Only having 1 shot throughout most of the first period. Really big to kind of gain some momentum here going into the second.
Schomburger, Mins, and Allen. Glenn gets kicked out. Schomburger wins it back, and Mins back to McLaughlin. He plays it down out front. Chance for Schomburger. Nice defensive play. Schomburger gets it back. He throws it to the point. McLaughlin diving stop by Glenn as he looks to be in some discomfort. Played back. McLaughlin pinches down. That puck is cleared. Now Glenn and Schomburger race after it.
That was a great offensive look for the Bulldogs. Schomburger's wide open in front of the net, and a great defensive play from the Bobcats to turn the puck away.
That is shot forward, hand gloved out of the air by Reagan as he cross-checks player from behind, and now the referee calls a penalty. All right, we stay neutral on this broadcast, but that looked like the Bobcat bench sold that call.
Yeah, I mean, that referee arm went up really late. That play hit. We got a lot of crowd noise, a lot of bench noise, and then finally that referee arm went up.
Yeah, he looked to cross-check him. They were down for a few seconds, and then the hand went up. So it's going to be a cross-checking minor. Bulldogs will head to the penalty kill once again, where you got to believe they can't allow another one.
Yeah, you're down 2 here. You're just have to wear this one out. Your penalty kill's been great all season. Just got to block shots, and they run their power play a lot from the top. They work it down and then work it back up for a shot with screens. You just got to take care of the front of the net if you are Adrian.
Yeah, it's a lot of Aldridge and Dustin from the point. Bulldogs try to clear. It's off Dustin. It's sitting, I believe, on the dasher, on the boards. The puck is thrown down the ice. Weidman after it again. Alderman plays it into Alderman. Plays it into Weidman, and the referee trying to get out of the way, showing off his hops.
We'll say this Bulldog penalty kill was ultra aggressive.
Aldridge with it now. Setting up. Over to Glenn. Back to Dustin. Out of his reach. Bulldogs catch a break. Puck goes out. It's Aldridge. Aldridge to Thompson. Thompson had Glenn backdoor. Didn't see him. It's Glenn with it again. Back in front. Dustin to Aldridge. 29 seconds to go. Aldridge leaves it for Dustin. He winds and fires, blocked by Weidman. Played in the middle to Jammer. He shoots it down the ice, 20 to go.
Kind of an errant shot there from Dustin. Weidman was sitting there
Given
for a long
away,
time.
and Nye steps in. He shoots, glove save by Alderman. That is a big save late in this period as Strasky just shoots this one down. The Bobcats will head to the locker room with a 2-0 lead. The period dominated by Ohio.
Yeah, we saw Adrian pick it up there at the end of this first period, but I think the thing I have to harp on the most, I said it a lot throughout the period, is possession. You saw it more at the end of the period, but from the beginning, Ohio has dominated possession, and Adrian has had a lot of blue line fumbles, pucks getting behind them, and really just allowing Ohio to have these breakouts that they don't even have to work for. It's just the puck is finding its way out of the zone, past Bulldog defenders.
Yeah, I think we learned a lot there from the Bobcats in that first period, coming in 8-0. 26-4-4 under Barry Shute in his second season as the Bobcats coach. We weren't completely sold on the Bobcats, but I think we are definitely sold now. They dominate period number one. Total shots end up being 14-7. Bulldogs did come on there in those last 5 minutes. They finally got some offensive attacking going until Cash Reagan took a cross-checking penalty at 18:34 of that first period. Jack Whited up here in the booth with Michael Schubeck. We harped on it early. These penalties, it's just not sustainable. They're not going to win many games taking 3 penalties in that first period.
No, and looking at Barry Schute's resume as a whole, when he served as the associate head for Miami, Ohio, I mean, his team was top 10 in power play efficiency while he was there. So he knows how to run an effective power play. And now with Luke Reeve just tacking on a goal after goal, he's a great goal scorer. They run a lot of their offense through him and the point. Now, with the Bulldogs taking penalties, late in that first period with that cross-checking call, I mean, they showed a lot of energy, though. We saw a break there at the end, shot from Nye, great save by Alderman, but that's momentum you got to carry into that second period, kill this 35 seconds off, and then go on a run here.
Yeah, that's what head coach Gary Astalos in his 10th year here, coming in with a 293, 29-5 record. He will have the Bulldogs ready for this second period. Obviously, this is a massive kill. 2-0. You do not want to trail 3-0 in any game, especially against a goalie who's allowed 1 goal all year and a team that's allowed 6 all year. But we were happy with how the first period finished. How do you think the Bulldogs can continue to play like that and continue to put pressure on this Ohio defense?
It just all comes down to be able to controlling the puck, moving it within each other, taking high percentage shots, and kind of keep testing Alderman as the game goes on. If you keep testing him and you keep testing him, you get bodies in front of the net, and you start moving them like we saw. They had big hit after big hit, but you got to start moving people in front of the net, getting screens, getting tips, and I think that's their way back into this game is just kind of getting a couple gritty goals.
Yeah, really on both goals for Ohio, nothing really Dylan Eliason could do. Luke Reeve obviously kind of walked in, nobody really in front of him, and just sniped it right above the glove hand, and then Laker Aldridge really wide open out front on the dot. He just rips one by, another really no chance. But Dylan Eliason coming into this one, you mentioned it earlier, he's got a 960-some save percentage. He's going to have to stand on his head. Bulldogs cannot fall 3-0 in this one.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Eliason's first period, he didn't play bad. He did what a goalie is supposed to do. He stopped the easy shots. He stopped a couple hard ones off of tips, but, I mean, you can't expect him to stop a shot like that from Luke Reeve coming in with nobody contesting him. So, I mean, if you're Eliason, stick to what you're doing. Obviously, try to make a couple more big saves maybe, but, yeah, you got to stand on your head here for at least 35 seconds, kill this penalty, and move on. Yeah,
and then Luke Reeve goal, first shot of the game, minute 8 seconds in, followed up by Laker Aldridge, potting his 4th of the year at 13:55. Bulldogs lead this all-time series against the Bobcats 13-6, but it's been the Bobcats winning the last 2 here in the AIA. We're going to head to a short commercial break and have period number 2 on deck here on Adrian College TV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
students on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
And we are back here on ACTV at the campus of Adrian College, Arrington Ice Arena. Myself, Jack Whited. I got my partner, Michael Schubeck, right beside me. Going through that opening period, Luke Reeve starting off 1 minute and 8 seconds in. A wrist shot that beat Dylan Eliason up high, and then Laker Aldridge potting his fourth on the power play to give Ohio that 2-0 lead. Bulldogs will be shorthanded for the for 35 seconds coming into this second period. Cash Reagan is off for cross-checking. Bulldogs, we saw them play more of their game in that last 5 minutes. How are they going to carry that over?
Yeah, I think it's just keeping that offensive pressure on. We saw it even on the penalty kill with Weidman really pressuring that Ohio defense in their zone, but it's again, I said it before we left, it's possession. They have to control the puck. They have to be able to make smart plays, take high percentage shots. You know, Alderman's only seeing around 12 shots per game, so if you can get this up to where he's seeing 25, 30 shots late in this one, you might be able to get some just based off of wear and tear. He does have almost a 99% save percentage. He's great in net. He seems like he's a little bit slow. He goes down. There's not much side-to-side movement. You like to see maybe a couple lower shots go off the pad for some rebounds there, because doesn't seem like he controls the rebounds very well.
Yeah, we've seen a few shots just hit him in the chest. He's got good positioning. We'll give him that. But yeah, the Bulldogs, 7 shots is not going to cut it, especially in a top 4 matchup. Bulldogs, first things first, do need to kill these last 35 seconds. Nye, McLaughlin, DeCallaway, and Mott will try to do so. Bobcats counter with Thompson, Holt, trying to see the rest of these guys if they would so please. Dustin on the point. We know we've seen him. Aldridge back there as well. Bulldogs need to kill this off as Jack Glenn digs in for the faceoff. Glenn and DeCallaway line up. We are underway in the second period. Shot forward into the Bobcats' end. You know, we've always said 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey. Next goal is massive. 20 seconds to go in this power play as Mott tries to rim it around Nye. Stick lift on Glenn, still gets it. Glenn leaves it for Thompson. Thompson plays it to the point in Aldridge. He plays it back to Holt. One touched across the seam, given away. Aldridge with it, and DeCallaway's loose. He can't get it, he does now. Dustin on the back check takes a penalty. We will see if it's a penalty shot or just a penalty. I believe he just signaled for the penalty.
They're going to call the penalty here. I don't know about that one. DeCallaway had space. Check it out here.
They're going to call him for slash.
Yeah, DeCallaway breaks loose. Now, when he gains possession there's no one but him and the goalie, and his last-minute slash comes in. I strongly disagree with just the penalty call. He was one-on-one with the goalie. Defender was nowhere near him, really, other than the stick length, so really should have been a penalty shot there for DeCallaway.
DeCallaway looked like he was a little bit out of gas. He couldn't really control that puck on first movement, but now the Bulldogs get their second look at this Bobcat penalty kill. They will load up out front. Reimer trying to win it back, can't do so, and him and Glenn fight for it. Glenn wins it, but McLaughlin plays it off the diving. Glenn does. Now Reagan with it. Reagan leaves it for McLaughlin. McLaughlin nowhere to go. He's just going to skate it himself and dump it in. To Turin, plays it off the skate of McLaughlin. Off Mins. Is going to play back to center ice and Reagan with it. Glenn forcing him back. Played to Reimer. Reimer trips. Now plays it in. Mins is after it. Mins gets hit hard there by Ritchie. Puck is sent all the way down the ice. Looked like Eliason wanted to play that up. Too many men on the ice for Ohio for about 5 seconds, and now the official says it. The Bulldogs will get a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 6 seconds.
That is huge there. Big mental mistake from Ohio. Being up 2, you really just want to play smart hockey, and for them to mess up with a too many men call, really just kind of letting Adrian knock on the door here with a 5-on-3.
Yeah, a 5-on-3 or a penalty for too many men while shorthanded is a bit unusual, as it will be number 18, Lance Mengel. Not taking the penalty, but he will serve it as the Bulldogs with a golden opportunity. Got to win the draw on the 5-on-3. They don't. It's played back to Gilbert. A good stick from DeCallaway to prevent him from shooting it down the ice. Puck is loose behind the net. Now played back to Gajewski. Gajewski back on the ice. Now to Strasky, over to Gajewski, slap shot. Caught by Alderman. No rebound.
Yeah, it's great by the Bulldogs. They're finally starting to settle it down, trying to maintain possession here with their 5-on-4 penalty. they really weren't able to maintain possession. They were just kind of throwing it everywhere. But I think kind of when it came back and Eliason threw that puck up the ice, that caused a lot of confusion, which also allowed them to draw the too many men call.
Yeah, and these 5-on-3s, I think the Bulldogs and Coach Estelos will want a better look than a one-timer from the top of the circle like this. Strasky walks in, plays it back to Gajewski. Strasky with it again, swapping places, leaves it for Gajewski. Gajewski backdoor, Smith swing and a miss. Now played back in the corner to Smith. Now a chance here for Strasky. He's right in front, not electing to shoot over to Gajewski. Big shoulder save, tipped back to Gajewski. Strasky, you got to think if he gets that again, he's going to shoot it. Jammer leaves it down to Smith, loose, side of the net, back to Gajewski. 16 to go in this power play. He shoots high and wide, that's going to deflect. Strasky does keep it in barely, dumps it back into Jammer. 5 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Played out in front to Smith. Can't get it through. Bulldogs desperately trying to get the puck. 5-on-3 is over. Jammer to Strasky. Back to Jammer. He shoots just wide to Callaway with it now behind the net. 5-on-4 for the Bulldogs. Played out in front. Puck is loose. Gajewski takes a cross check. Everybody breathe. As a whistle is blown, it will be offensive zone face-off for the Bulldogs, but a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, a lot of great chances there for Adrian on the power play. Kind of a little bit too long waiting on some of these shots. They stopped it, took their time, letting Alderman set up and kind of size him up where, you know, we saw the one time, maybe not the greatest play, but trying to set up another one cross ice would have been a great idea there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we saw Strasky with a few opportunities to shoot it really at the hash marks in the slot. Elects to defer. Bulldogs still with 40 seconds to go in the power play. This shot pass to Reagan out of his reach, back to Mins. To Reagan, back to McLaughlin. He's got a chance to shoot and does. No traffic in front. His turn was blocked out. Alderman makes an easy save.
Yeah, unfortunately, Turn was not able to get his body in front of Alderman. That's going to be really crucial here, especially on the power play. You have bodies. You want to get kind of bodies in front of the eyes of the goaltender to kind of take away any sort of reaction time he has.
This is one back and cleared by the Bobcats. Reimer trying to get it away from Reeve. Reeve doing a nice job killing time. As this Bulldogs power play dwindles down under 15 seconds. Over to Reimer. He's got it. Reimer weaving his way through the defense. Reimer still with it, plays it back to Mins. Power play is now over. Mins has it, plays it to McLaughlin. Off of his stick. Played in behind the net to Mins. Bulldogs still with it. Now played back to goalie Eliason, an errant pass. Now Reimer deflects it in. Klopfer's going after it. Chance here up to Cohen. Taken away by Zaski, and he dumps it back in. Schaumburger going on Klopfer.
Yeah, a lot of mental mistakes here from Adrian. Really, when we're on 5-on-5, we see it the most. Just a lot of pucks that are lost here in the offensive zone that slip past the blue line just time and time again.
So here they come in again. Drop to Weidman. His shot off the pad back to Toff. He elects to wait, shoots, bouncing puck in front. Allen takes a swing. And Allen lays a hit. Puck is cleared to the blue line and out by Cohen. Toth plays the stick. Holt out-muscling. Finally, the Bulldogs regain control. Zaski's away. Bulldogs with a partial 4-on-2 here. Weidman trying to get it through, can't do so. Throws it towards the net. That bounces wide. Now the Bobcats with the transition. Throw will settle things down. 5 gone in this second period.
Now it's been a few minutes here, but Adrian had a shot that went strongly off the pad of Alderman. Really wasn't able to control it. I think if they keep those shots low and they crash the net, they're going to be able to get a couple opportunities off of the rebound.
So here goes Sebastian Smith. He dumps it in. Reagan after it. Reagan runs his man to the wall in May. Bro pinches down, keeps it in. Ritchie back with it. He just plays it off the glass. Bro sitting there, just out of his reach. That will go down for an icing. Bulldogs catch a few Bobcats on the ice. The Bulldogs are now out shooting Ohio 5-0 in this second period.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of great offense here, a lot of great pressure. You just got to keep it sustained. You got to keep building on grade A opportunity after grade A opportunity. Only had one or two here, like you mentioned on the power play. Strasky kind of was a little bit hesitant on a couple of those shots from the hash mark. You'd like to see some of those opportunities he takes.
Bulldogs with another offensive zone draw to the right of Alderman. It's the big boys out there again. Played back to McLaughlin over his stick. He plays it. Spins away from Casper. Plays it over to Mott. Mott in the center to Reimer. Errant pass. The puck is played back in off the stick of Mott. And out. Dumped right back in. Bobcats relentless offensive zone pressure, and here goes Mott, the defenseman. He shoots it. Sort of a shot pass off the end wall. No Bulldog home, and now here comes Glenn. Glenn cross ice to Auvert. Had Dustin in the middle, didn't see him. Glenn gets hit hard by McLaughlin. Jammer comes up with it. Plays it off the stick to the blue line and not out. Thompson with it. Puck trickles down.
Blyson had a struggle seeing that one as it deflected on the net. Great awareness from him to kind of kick it away to the corner.
Bobcats come right back in. Auvert with it. He elects to go behind the net, throws it out front. Bodies everywhere, and that puck is played off the boards and down. Not sure it's going to make it for an icing. It's not. As Weidman's in after it, forces a turnover. Nye with it. He gets hit hard by Gilbert. That puck does trickle out of play. Bulldogs will get another offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of great pressure here from Blake Weidman this entire game, especially on the penalty kill, as he does it again here, though, 5-on-5, able to cause a turnover and then results in an Adrian offensive draw. Just really got to get some more grade A opportunities here for Adrian and take advantage of this really good draw.
And Weidman, one of those spark plugs for the Bulldogs, had a hat trick, I believe, last week against Syracuse. He had 3 big goals in that Big 10-4 win. As here comes Aldridge. It's taken out by Toth. Zaski with it now, plays it to Nye. He's got to Callaway in the middle, drops it back to Toth, and a good back check there from Reeve. He's showing himself as a full player, and a chance here the other way. Big save from Eliason. Bulldogs thought that puck went into the Bulldog bench off a glove. No call. 2-on-1 the other way and a big stop.
That
there.
puck did slip off of a Bulldog player on the bench, but there was a lot of bodies there. Hard to really get a clear visual on it if you are the referee. Almost turned into a great opportunity for Ohio to score, and a great save by Eliason.
Yeah, down 2-0. Really can't allow that third goal, especially with Ohio being such a good team, undefeated this year.
This great defensive team. Like you mentioned time and time again, they really just have a hard time letting up shots on their goalie.
Faceoff is won back by Schomburger. Over to McLeod. McLeod flips it out to center ice. Glove down by Keller. Takes a slap shot just wide. Linesman screaming at Mengel, but he's offside. It's the second time he's done that. This is off Schomburger and down for an icing. Stay connected with all the action by following @AdrianCollegeTV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow @AdrianCollegeTV today. Face off to the right of Eliason. Puck is played back to the defenseman, Klopfer. Him and Abraham switch spots. Abraham takes a shot, gloved easily there by Eliason.
Yeah, really the first offensive zone presence we've seen from Ohio in this period. Adrian largely dominating this first almost half of the period. With 12-17, they've narrowed this shot gap to only 5. But it seems like Ohio is starting to kind of build back what they had in the first period and are starting to press the Bulldogs pretty hard here.
Bulldogs still trailing the Bobcats 2-0. Just under 8 minutes gone by in this second period. Bulldogs had that 5-on-3 early in the second. Let it go to waste as Smith is away. He is playing hard to the net. Nice play there from Alderman. Aldridge was behind the defense, didn't see him, and Reeve with it. He plays it back out front, just over the stick. I believe that was Abraham. Bobcats still on it. Abraham back with it. Abraham plays it back. Reagan with it. Nice move there. Has Gajewski out wide. Gets it to him. Dumps it in. Referee blows the whistle for offside.
Yeah, Reagan was way offside there. Tried to get a jump on the defense to break away. He was a little too early there as the puck got stuck up.
Bulldogs send out the big unit once again. McLaughlin and Mott on the defense with this big lineup in the middle. Mott is poke checked. Puck is still deep in Ohio's end, and a big hit there by Jammer on the Bosny. Mott gets it right back, shoots it right in. Referee calls offside once again. He's been busy tonight. As Casper, big hit on, Turin laid a big hit on Casper. It's this big line of the Bulldogs throwing their weight around. And they're going to end up causing an icing here. Just under 11 minutes remaining in this second period.
See a little switch up here, going to Weidman, Rye here on the offense here. They've generated a lot of opportunities as well as to Callaway. They've really been the most offensively consistent line for the Bulldogs. Obviously, you're hoping to get Sebastian Smith here, your leading goal scorer, going late in this game during the second half.
Weidman with the shot off the draw, turned aside easily by Alderman. Back to the point, and Toth lets one through. Never got to Alderman. Played back to Zaski. Weidman plays it back to DeCallaway. Takes a big hit. Really, Keller got the worst of that hit. Back to Zaski. He shoots, tipped in front by Weidman. Bats it out of midair just wide. And a penalty here coming up.
Oh, he is heated about that one.
Not gonna lie, I did not see that penalty. It's Ritchie again. Big 6'6" frame will sit. But that is all Blake Weidman. He somehow deflected that point shot, and then the puck bounced up again, and he batted it out of midair again.
I believe that's where the high sticking happened there. You know, had a lot of trouble in front of the net. Weidman went for it, and it just seemed like Ritchie caught him a little bit high, able to draw the high stick as Weidman.
Bulldogs with a golden opportunity to get back in this. McLaughlin over to Turin. They swap places. Back to McLaughlin. Has Mins off the wall. Bulldogs just look a little bit out of sorts on this power play. Played it back to the line, saved by Reimer. Over to Mins. Back down, Turin with it now. Turin does a nice job to get it back to Reimer. McLaughlin winds up and shoots. That puck never got home. Big rebound shot, high stick by Reagan. They're going to say goal, I don't know.
Replay this one here. Looked like he might have caught it a little high.
As we take another look and see Reagan coming in here, number 44. Middle of your screen.
That's where he makes contact with the puck. If I believe it's shoulders or below, might be crossbar. So if he gets a stick on that puck, while it might have seemed like he came down high, he might have caught it lower than it seemed like. Able to crawl and fight for that one in front of the net to bring the Bulldogs within one.
Yeah, and unfortunately we don't have like some ESPN angles here. We've just got our good old director, Keegan Wade, beside us providing us some replays, but that will count, and Cash Reagan hits the Bulldogs within one, a power play marker. Bulldogs just right back into this game. And McLeod goes back on Keller. See if the Bulldogs can play with a little bit of urgency now with Schomburger with it. He tries to play it out front to McLaughlin, over to Mott. Handcuffed him, he dumps it back in. McLeod takes a big hit. Now it's played and the Bobcats are away. It's Thompson. Tried to toe drag around McLaughlin, and a big collision. McLaughlin and Keller both go flying.
It's a huge momentum boost for the Bulldogs. For McLaughlin to be able to eat that hit, kind of send Keller back, kind of brings momentum more towards the Bulldogs than it does the Bobcats.
A chance here again. Big save from Eliason. I believe that was Nolan Abraham again with a golden chance, and Mott gives him an extra shot.
Yeah, I will say the one thing that this Adrian team does, they do not play about their players. They're going to come in, they're going to defend them, especially the goal. You see that all over hockey as a sport. You touch the goal, you are going to get the wrath of the defenseman.
9:11 remaining in this second period. Reagan back on. Wins the draw from Reeve. Over to Gajewski. Set play. Played it long to Smith. The chance. Puck's in the feet. Smith still with it. And Reeve comes back on the defense. He's really played a 200-foot game. We've seen him score, but he's also played really nice defense. Zaski plays a reverse hit on Aldridge, and now this game is getting heated. Zaski, another big hit.
Zaski acts clueless there in the corner, like he's not holding Reeve up a little bit here.
Chance here, Reagan again. Reagan's wide with Smith, just loses it. Likes to dump it in. Aldridge plays that one to the corner. Now Gajewski pressuring. Gets it to Aldridge, that should be icing. And they do call it.
Adrian here really dominating this entire second period. Entered with 7 shots. Oh, they've added 8 to it to crawl the lead, only down 2 in the shot total, but just building momentum here with the Bobcats really having seemingly no offense here.
Yeah, it's felt like a lot more than 8 shots. I guess all 8 shots have really been grade A opportunities for the Bulldogs. So they look to climb back even. Callaway with the draw against Reeve. Tired Bobcats out here. Callaway tries to go forward. Reeve does not allow him. That goal was Cash Reagan's 6th of the year. Turin McLaughlin picking up assists. Big goal though for the Bulldogs. This is played out to Weidman. Callaway in offside. Official once again right on it.
Seems like Adrian's almost gained a step since that goal. The Callaway coming flying in there. Just the entire team more energized, just ready to go. And I still think kind of how they scored their first goal is how they need to look to score their second one. Get the puck, get pucks to the net, allow for that frenzies to happen, and just try to battle one in there gritty.
Turin with the puck off the draw. Played back out to center ice, and Strasky has Jammer open. Far side hits him. Shoots it at Turin. I believe that was trying to go to Reimer. Turin was in the way. Now Mengel makes a move. Bulldogs come up with it. That is played off the stick of Noah Holt, who will have face-off. I believe in the Bulldogs' end, and it will be. Face-off to the right of Eliason. He's been rock solid since those first 2 early goals.
Yeah, if Eliason sees the puck, it's going to be stopped. Really, the Bobcats just have to make sure it's either moved quickly or he can't see it.
Bulldogs win the draw. Bro to Weidman. Weidman plays it back around to Bro. Nobody home. Holt is after it. Plays it into Cohen. He plays it down to Mengel. Mengel getting harassed by Strasky. Puck played out in front. Holt with a chance. Strasky comes away with it. Nye racing after it. Puck is played deep into the Bulldogs' end again. Nye takes a big hit. Does get the puck out. Another body check from Mengel onto Callaway.
This Bobcat team's trying to hit right now, but unfortunately for them, this Bulldog team is just sturdy and strong. They keep sending reverse hits back into them and almost gaining momentum for themselves.
Nye with it. Takes a check from Casper, now dumped into the Bobcat end. Weidman after him, he throws a check. Now the Bobcats work the other way. Another big hit there from Turin. Now Jammer, Turin, and Reimer break free. Reimer gets thrown off the puck by Keller. Referee's hand is up. I'm not sure who this is against.
We're at a cross check here on, I believe that is Gavin Keller.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one.
Yeah.
Looked like Keller was just really fighting off a check. Even an extra shove. We've seen that like 15 times this game.
I was just about to say, we've seen this all night, Jack. I mean, both teams have gone back and forth. Really strong hitting game. We saw like maybe a shoddy cross check in the first period. That one seemed a little bit risky for the ref to call.
Bulldogs will take it. It's their fourth power play of the second period alone. Callaway. Scramble draw. One back, Strasky over to Smith. Smith plays it down off the skate of DeCallaway. To Jammer. Glenn goes after it for Ohio. Puck is played down deep. Scramble for it. 3 yellow jerseys, 2 blacks. Smith with it. He gives it back to Strasky over to Gajewski. One-timer. That goes high and wide and out of play. We've seen that a lot. Play it back to the top of the umbrella. Strasky plays it over to Gajewski, but he hasn't found the net yet.
It's a great play. It's just kind of an interesting shot. You really have to read it in the moment, whether you want to go high or low. Low brings in a lot of risk when it comes to those shin pad blocks, but also gives a lot of opportunity for rebounds. That high shot's going for more of the snipe straightaway goal.
Bobcats win the draw. It is played out to center ice and to Mins. Holt pressuring there. A tic-tac-toe out. And a tripping penalty, and the Bulldogs are going to get another power play as they should just give the Bobcats the puck. And they do smartly. Turin with a heads-up play as the Bobcat fans are really had enough. And I quote, "You guys suck," is what I just heard loud and clear. I'm sure you guys have heard this on the broadcast.
Looking at this again here, it almost seemed like he fell on air. Sorry, we didn't catch the actual penalty there. It almost seemed like the Bulldog player fell on air. He kind of tripped. There didn't seem to be much contact from the Bobcats. But either way, Adrian will take another 5-on-3 penalty here, hoping to capitalize, and maybe Strasky takes a couple of those high percentage shots he had early on.
Yeah, I think head coach here, Barry Shute, has had enough of this as he is having a stern talking to with the officials. But that is 5 penalties in this second period for Ohio, none for the Bulldogs. But you got to think the Bulldogs have to capitalize on this. A lengthy 5-on-3 again.
Yeah, I believe that was Turin who fell down. It just looked like he tripped on the ice, and I mean, generous call, but the Bulldogs will take it.
Reeve is the one banging his stick on the glass, if you can hear it. He does take the penalty. Bulldogs take 5-on-3 for a minute now. Jammer with it, drops it back to Callaway. Smith, Strasky, and Gajewski once again. Gajewski with it. He swaps places with Strasky. Down to Smith, back door. Can't get it through, and that is going to be cleared to the blue line, and Gajewski can't keep it in, and Glenn hits it the other way.
Yeah, great 5-on-3 penalty killing here from Ohio, not allowing any clear open shots for the Bulldogs just yet.
Smith going wide, just gaining possession. Back to Gajewski, leaves it for to Strasky. Will he shoot it? Packed down, big save there on a chance from DeCallaway. Alderman had to be sharp. 15 seconds to go. Shot by Smith, blocked. Another shot just high. 10 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Smith with it again, checks the clock, plays it to Gajewski. Big save by Alderman. We have some festivities after the whistle, but when have we not?
Yeah, Alderman there, great job on 2 key shots there. One kind of lost sight of it, slipped through him, able to go just behind the net and then kind of standing up there.
Another thing the Bulldogs have to watch out for is Keller out of the box. He is a defenseman, so we'll see if he has hands. But Mins is played back outside the blue line just to keep Keller from getting a breakaway. But 5-on-3, still 4 seconds. Linesman finally drops it. Back, Bulldogs with a chance, and Mins with it again. Mins holding to McLaughlin in the middle. Passes to Turin, he shoots, puck is loose. Big defensive play by, I believe, Keller out of the box, lifted the stick. Now McLaughlin, he's got it, 30 seconds to go. He shoots, can't get it through. Reimer plays it back to Turin. Turin walks in, he shoots, scores!
Mateo Turin with a great goal there from the Bulldogs. Kind of found its way around here, makes its way to him. He takes his time, he walks in, takes a shot through traffic, able to sneak under the glove of Alderman. Just a beautiful opportunity there for the Bulldogs, and they capitalize on it nicely.
It's a big goal as Mateo Turin, 6'6" junior, gets his 6th of the year. And the Bulldogs all of a sudden, or excuse me, his 7th of the year. All of a sudden, we have a tie game. 2-2, 3:56 remaining in this second period. Zaski plays it to Allen. Some of these players, it's worth noting for both teams, the power play, they've had so many power plays that the rhythm might be off for this Bobcat team. Just penalty killers having to play basically this whole period.
Yeah, we talked about the Bulldogs early on being the ones that need to stay out of the box. But
played long to Weidman off his stick. Yeah, like you were saying, Ohio with 6 penalties now, Bulldogs only with 2. But when one team takes 5 in a row, you got to think the next one is going Adrian's way. Excuse me, they've taken 3. So 9 minor penalties already in this one.
yeah, especially with the last one being a little frisky on the line. You just might want to look for Adrian to play super clean here because the rest might be looking to even this one up a little bit.
Jammer gets it taken away and a hit thrown by Bro on Reeve. Now Strasky dumps it in the corner. Jammer and Reimer back after it. Felt like they've been on for the whole period as I believe Jammer takes a big hit. Referee with his hand up now. Another late one. That looked like the hit was hit. And then about 5 seconds after again, as it goes contrary to what we've been saying, as the next one's going to Adrian, we are incorrect. It's going to Ohio for the 6th time this period.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, that's a call that the referee has to take a second to think about. Hard hit. It looked like it was very from behind. Really wasn't much, like, there wasn't any chance to really go for the puck. Defenseless player, that's gonna get the call every time.
Yeah, I agree. I believe that was 100% a penalty. One of the more apparent penalties we've seen in this period, but the Bulldogs power play, who's played essentially this whole period, will get another chance, their 6th chance of the period.
Yeah, you're really just hoping to capitalize here with 2:43 left in the period. Take a lead into the locker room would just be huge for the momentum going into the third period.
Bulldogs now with an edge in shots, 19-18. Is Gajewski with it on the far end. He loses it. Chance for the Bobcats. Glenn is away with Holt. Glenn just smartly plays it back to the defenseman, Keller. He shoots it the rest of the way. There's about a 40-second difference between penalty clock and game clock. Strasky drops it back to Smith. Smith turns back to Gajewski. He walks in. He gets poke checked there, stays with it. Holt harassing him. No, Holt again, good play. The collision behind the play. The puck is played out smartly by Eliason to Jammer. There's a broken stick on the ice. Jammer to Reimer to McLaughlin. Plays it back to Reagan. He shoots, scores!
What a shot!
Cash Reagan gets his 2nd of the game. Bulldogs with their first lead of the night.
It's a great play there, moves it over. We talked about shooting it through traffic, and Alderman didn't even have a chance at seeing that one the entire way. And now, all of a sudden, in a period's time, it's 3-2 Bulldogs.
And I think the Ohio players have sort of had enough as a few of them went straight to the referee, and Holt, number 9, is still talking with them. They are not having it as they have taken 6 power plays in 1 period. Basically, with the 5-on-3s, they've been shorthanded for essentially 10 minutes of this 20-minute period. Bulldogs, they big lead now.
I will say you can complain all you want about the penalties if you are Ohio, but really only one of them was controversial. The rest were just mental errors and mistakes that you have to clean up.
I think they're more upset that they've been called 6 consecutive penalties and none 4. So Bulldogs look to head to the locker room with the lead. And the referee blows the whistle as Alderman played it. And that's not going to make the bench any happier. So Bulldogs will get an offensive zone draw.
I believe it was a late offsides call here from the referee. Really don't know what warranted the whistle there, but either way, it'll be a face-off here in the neutral zone.
Yeah, not sure. Regardless, face-off center ice. Schomburger against Mengel. Won by Mengel, and here come the Bobcats 3 wide. Shot, big blocker save. Eliason really hasn't been tested these last couple minutes due to all the power plays. And now the Bobcats finally with some offensive zone pressure. Weidman getting harassed, gets it out. Nye lays a body check on Narozny. Played back, given away by Stabe. Mengel plays it all the way around. Dustin was not home. That is going to leave us with under a minute to go. Off Cohen's skate, Abraham. Bulldogs with 3 power play goals in this second period.
They really have struggled 5-on-5 to maintain possession in Ohio, in the Ohio zone.
And Ritchie with a nice move, the 6'6" frame. He gets a shot off after a nice toe drag. Puck is played out to center ice. A little pushback from the Bobcats, and Reeve. I'm going to call that offside. Reeve looks right back at the official. But yeah, like you said, a bunch of power play goals. The second for Ohio was also power play. And that is sort of what you're going to get when you've got, I believe that's now 10 penalties in the game for both teams, 7 of which to Ohio.
Yeah, and if you're Garrett Alderman right now, you got to be starting to get worn down. You've really only seen an average of 12 shots a game. We're only 3 shots shy of double that.
And Toth shoots off the glass, 10 seconds to go. Last chance here for the Bobcats, 5 to go. Aldridge comes in. He gets driven to the boards by Zaski. Gajewski plays it around, and we will head to intermission on a penalty-filled second period, but the Bulldogs with 3 unanswered, taking the lead to the locker room.
Yeah, I think if you look at the overall period, the penalties play a huge factor for Ohio. Being on the penalty kill just kills you to start throwing out players that maybe don't oftentimes kill as much. Your team is starting to get worn down.
And head coach Bobcats, Barry Shute, is screaming at, I believe that was one of his own players, and Reeve, as Reeve was still yapping at the official. Barry Shute trying to play peacemaker. He is not having it. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, but that day, you're right. That's something you never want to do as a player, and as a coach, you don't want to see your players doing that. It really ruins your relationship with the referee. Now they're going to be a little more tick-tacky maybe with you later on in this game. But, they had a rough second period there, really just always living in the box. But credit to the Bulldogs. Had a great power play. They were a crowd the front of the net. 2 out of the 3 goals coming off kind of interesting plays, and then able to capitalize on Alderman, who's really just, it feels like he's played solid, but a couple shots slipped through the cracks here and there and allow the Bulldogs to capitalize.
Yeah, almost all goals have been on wrist shots just from outside. Nobody out front for the 2 goals for the Bobcats. And then just like you were saying in intermission, Bulldogs have to get people in front of the net. They did that in this second period and got rewarded with 3 goals. Jack Whited up here with Michael Schubeck heading to the second intermission. Bulldogs up 3-2. Cash Reagan with 2. He got his 6th and his 7th, both on the power play. Matteo Turin got his 7th from Ethan McLaughlin on the power play once again. 4 of 5 goals on the power play. That's what you get. There's been 10 penalties in this game, all minor penalties. Officials have had their work cut out for them. Now, I said after the 5th Ohio penalty that the Bulldogs would get the next one. I was wrong. I'm gonna double down. I bet you the Bulldogs do get the next penalty within the first 5 or so minutes as these refs try to smooth things over with this Bobcat team. But we are set up for a very exciting third period.
Yes, Jack, I would love to agree with you on the penalties. Unfortunately, it just seems like the Bobcats are being a little more disrespectful, so we might not see as much go their way in the third period as you would hope.
Yeah, I think one more penalty for the Bobcats, and these fans beside us who made the trip down might start losing their minds. We've seen a few start screaming out that the refs are, we'll say lightly, not doing a very good job. They've used harsher words, but regardless, Bulldogs head into the third period with a 3-2 lead. We said this earlier, Bulldogs 5-0 in game ones. Bobcats, obviously they're 4-0 because they haven't lost yet. We are set up for an exciting third period. We will cut to commercial. Bulldogs out shooting the Bobcats 21-20 overall. You're watching ACHA Men's D1 Hockey. Number 3 seeded Bobcats, number 4 seeded Bulldogs. We'll head to the third period here on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jebby is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. It's what I'm here for.
One-on-one battles lead to unit battles, which lead to team battles, and then a big victory at the end. Nothing different today than what you do every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
And we are back here at the AIA. Bulldogs and Bobcats battling it out. Jack Whitehead along with Michael Schubeck in a penalty-filled second period. The Bulldogs tallying 3 markers. Ohio has got to stay out of the box with 6 straight penalties in that second period.
Yeah, and then overall in the game, Adrian College converting 43% of the time. While they've had 7 opportunities to, converting on 3 of them in Ohio, 1 for 3 on the power play. It's just been a whole penalty-filled game in general, but you know, like we harped on it in our pregame show, that the Bulldogs had to stay out of the box in order to win this one. And after a couple penalties in that first period, they really steadied the ship, played clean hockey, and you know what, it shows on the scoreboard here, able to get a couple chances for themselves and gain a lead after being down 2-0.
They've really got to play discipline in this third period. Referees, I'm sure, are looking for anything to put the Bulldogs in the box, with Ohio getting the last 6 penalties. All minor penalties, really everything. We got a too many men, a slashing, a high stick, a cross check, a tripping, and a boarding. We're covering everything over here. But yeah, the Bulldogs are going to need to stay out of the box. Ohio, I think, has been the better team 5-on-5. I think the Bulldogs have obviously used these power plays, obviously tallying all 3 goals on the power play in the second half of that second period. But I think the Bobcats, they got to stay out of the box, obviously, but then they got to get back to their game like they were in the first period.
Yeah, Jack, no question about it that the Bobcats have really dominated 5-on-5. A lot of the possession, whenever we are even strength, has been in Adrian's zone. They've done a great job of controlling the puck, and they really, Adrian has 3 of their goals on the power play. They are yet to score an even strength goal, so the goal for the Bobcats should just be to stay out of the box.
Third period, we are off. Thompson goes after it to the left of Elias and plays it around Turin. Battling there with Ritchie. He's been all over things with 2 penalties, and he's had a few good offensive moves. Puck is played down below the goal line. And Mott plays an alley-oop pass to Jammer. Knocks it down, but can't get anything going, as Mott with a nice play in the middle to Jammer. Jammer swings a no-look pass. Bobcats are back in. Shot after the whistle. I'm being Bulldogs are not going to be happy with that. We get our first whistle 39 seconds in to this third period.
Yeah, that was the right call. It was close. Unfortunately, it just weren't able to delay enough and slipped a little bit off sides there. But, you know, like we said, coming into this period, 5-on-5, the Bobcats are dominating early on here.
It's been a good start for Ohio. They're going to need to get one by. This freshman, Dylan Eliason, has not looked like a freshman this year.
No, he's been amazing for them, really stopping everything that he lays eyes on. And with a brick wall back there other than the screen.
As the linesman just called a 10-minute misconduct on Luke Reeve. That's one of their better goal scorers. He's got 8 in 7 games, and that is a big loss. But what we saw at the end of the second period, we saw Luke Reeve talking with the officials, and then head coach Barry Shute come over and tell him to stop. Fortunately, this one's going to bite him as he's now down for 10 minutes. They won't get him back until the 9:21 minute mark.
Yeah, you know, I touched on it that the Bobcats, while the refs might be looking even up the stat sheet here when it comes to penalties, really talking and yapping at the referee isn't going to get you anywhere. It might put you more on their bad side.
It clearly did. That time it was the linesman who called the 10-minute misconduct. It wasn't even the refs, as Nabozny dumps it back in. Sharp angle shot. Caught Eliason off guard. Now Reagan has 2 goals, just flips this one down the ice. Clearing it. Ohio right back in. Casper with a good move. He's got a little bit of space. Good back check from Smith. Bodies all over the place. Chance to walk in and a shot just out in front. Eliason doesn't know where it is. Puck is played back to Gilbert. He shoots right in the breadbasket of Eliason, and here we go.
Yeah, that's Eliason's #1 defender back there, Zaski. Seen it a couple times today. He's been heated after pucks have been shot at Eliason.
And they're going to call a penalty now. Referees conferring and now call it. My goodness. Well, they're going to call Toth. It was not slashing. Sorry, we are just as confused as the Bulldog bench. And a little sarcastic cheer from our friends over here, the Bobcats. And it's actually going to Sebastian Smith out of all of that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. I don't know where that call came from. I mean, if anything, you were going to go with Zaski there, as it was a lot of contact from him. But now for Adrian, your #1 goal scorer is in the box.
But I was right. I will give myself some flowers. The Bulldogs do get the next penalty. Not sure when it happened, but it did. Already a wild minute and 33 seconds as Ohio will go on their 4th power play of the evening. They are 1 for 3. Holt with it now. Plays it back to Dustin. He passes over to Aldridge in his skates. Aldridge back to Dustin. We've seen a lot of point shots from this team. Aldridge takes a shot. Puck is loose off the back wall. Somehow kept out of the net from Eliason.
What a save there by Eliason. Puck came flying back off of the glass here, and a hard shot from the point. Ohio's done it all game long, and then a diving save across the crease from Eliason to keep this game 3-2. What a save.
Yeah, unlucky there from the Bulldogs. Aldridge just shot it way high. Puck played off the glass back behind Eliason. Somehow recovers. Weidman pressuring now again. He falls down and the Bobcats come away. Thompson with it. He spins back. Weidman has him in his sights. Played out. Aldridge. Dustin wanted to one time. It could not get good wood. He shoots. Blocked by Weidman. Back to Dustin. Has hold if he wants him. Drops to Aldridge. Aldridge fake shot. Got Jammer to bite. He shoots. Blocked again by Weidman. Shot again. Glove save Eliason.
This has been a defensive masterclass here early on in the third period by the Adrian College Bulldogs from both Eliason and then Weidman blocking shots. Everybody diving, selling out, making sure that that puck doesn't get to the net. And when it does sneak to the net, Eliason's there to say no.
Goodness gracious. 2 minutes and 26 seconds in. Still a minute and 7 seconds left. Smith got that penalty for slashing. We just got word. Didn't see it, but won't say it didn't happen. Bulldogs shoot it down the ice. The Bobcats are away. Dustin drops it back. It's his same unit. Holt with it now. Plays it out front. A shot pass. Does not get through. Glenn missed it. Dustin saves it. Dustin back down to Glenn. Has Thompson out front. Could not get on it. Puck cleared to the line, but not out. Aldridge and Dustin. I'm sure one of these guys are going to shoot. And here comes Aldridge. He shoots. Deflected away. Diving play back to the line and cleared all the way down by Keegan DeCalloway.
Wyman taking a more slow approach. You really haven't seen this. He's been high on pressuring the entire night.
Aldridge skates by him. Aldridge in front to Cohen. Big save, Eliason. Puck is cleared to the line and out. Dylan Eliason coming up massive as Jammer loses an edge, goes crashing into the boards. This game is chaos. Zaski plays it to Jammer. He gets it out to Cohen. Back in. Bosny with it. Bosny gets it back to May. He shoots. Blockered away by Eliason. Doesn't know where it is. Eliason gets trampled.
As Zaski's going to come to his defense once again.
Taking another look. Don't believe there is a penalty.
Just yet again, Dylan Eliason, though, just coming up huge for the Bulldogs here. Deflects right to him, comes out, just takes away every angle that he has on the net, and just stone wall here since he let in the two early on in the first period. Kept keeping these Bulldogs in it time and time again with every great opportunity that the Bobcats have had.
Bulldogs back to 5-on-5 as Schaumburger gets kicked out. Official not happy about some skate placements from Adrian. As that puck is cleared to the line and out. Schaumburger plays it in some skates, taken by Mengel. Played off the boards, Casper goes after it. Strasky over to Rowe, chips it in, hard to the net is Allen. Mins lays a big hit. Casper still with it. Schaumburger somehow keeps it in, finally taken away, and the Bobcats are away. With Mengel, he goes cross ice to Casper, out of his reach. And taken by Bro. Off the stick and back to Keller. He gets one through. Pad save Eliason. Strasky trying to clear. Does. The Bulldogs are out. It's Allen. He goes cross ice to Mins. Schaumburger gets played by, and Casper with it again. He shoots. Puck is loose in front. Keller wanted the one-timer. Didn't get it. Mengel shoots through a sea of bodies as Mott finally gets it. Bulldogs will reset as Mins shoots across ice to Casper. Back to Keller. Taken away nicely by Gajewski. He dumps it in and he is after it. Lays a hit on Keller. Puck is played up the wall. And it's somewhere.
Oh, popped out of an Ohio, I believe, probably sitting, kind of got caught in his pants there. Really, though,
something I believe came off the glass or something. Down to the right of Alderman.
Yeah.
The referee takes care of that.
Really, though, as you know, we keep going on in this third period, the Bobcats have just maintained possession time and time again. 5-on-5. Adrian's really just got to keep it under control. You have a one-goal lead. Just, you have to settle it down. Play great defense like they have been, but also control some of these offensive possessions.
Chance here for the Bulldogs and a wraparound. Smith tried to find Gajewski backdoor. Unsuccessful. For Alderman now, pressure's on him. Does not want to allow another goal. Next goal in this game is massive. That's going to be played all the way down the ice on net, so it will not be icing. McLaughlin, nice reverse to Gajewski, who has space. He shoots it all the way down, knocked out of the air by Overd, and he's got a chance now. He shoots just wide. Gilbert calling for it at the point, doesn't get it, and Smith just lobs it over the head of all defenders, and that is going to be an icing. Just a friendly reminder here at ACTV, all broadcasts are fully student ran. We've got Keegan Wade as our director, Audrey Evans, the top cam operator, Remington Gilniak catching the action on ice level. And then, of course, we've got myself, Jack Whitehead, and my partner, Michael Schubeck, up here in the booth. Sticks are being whacked against the boards. A very big energy-felt game in this one. The player is down for Ohio. There's bodies all over the ice. I believe that's Abraham. It is. He gets up and he has it now. Abraham gets poke-checked by Gajewski. Abraham still with it, plays it back. Narozny can't get it deep. Smith tries to play it to Gajewski. Could not get it through. Nabozny with it now.
Seems like the Bulldogs are really close on some of these passes, just nicking the shins of some of the Bobcat defenders there. We saw a couple passes, just missed Smith, just missed on the outside here. Just got to be able to connect stick to stick here rather than into the bodies of Ohio.
There's a chance for Holt. He tries to break through 4 Bulldogs. Can't do so, and now here's Jammer with Reimer and Turin. Jammer, so I believe Reimer may got a stick on that. Regardless, Alderman scoops that up. Now all of a sudden the Bobcats with a pretty large edge in shots, especially in this third period.
Yeah, and I mean, Alderman, if we go back to it, is, he's allowed 3 times the amount of goals he's allowed all year just in this game. Now, Adrian has a very high-powered offense, nothing really like the Bobcats have seen yet this year, so that might have something to do with it.
Also, Bulldogs with 7 power plays. It's leaving him out to dry quite often. Neither team wants to take one now. As Nye was open, Weidman couldn't get to him, and now there's a dog pile behind the net. 2 Bulldogs down. Weidman gets up. Now here come the Bobcats. Keller with it. Flings it cross ice to Cohen. He takes a shot, Elias, and steers that away. Now a chance for the Bulldogs. Puck is loose at center. Taken away. Here comes Nye. A good move on Dustin. Just lost control of the puck, where he was free. And Weidman with nice play on Mengel. Bobcats do clear. And the big duo of Zaski and Toth goes back to get it. 8 minutes gone by in this third period. Bulldogs still clinging to a 1-goal lead. Referee in a tough position there. Reimer plays it out to Turin. He makes a man miss and goes high. Glove side, and that was almost, you caught that too. Overt, he gloved the puck in the crease, but he wasn't on the ice. I don't know the rule on that. He kind of gloved it and then threw it back to Alderman.
Yeah, I don't know the exact ruling there, but it seemed like he got maybe a little lucky. He turns over his hand and almost puts it on the ice. By rule, if his hand did touch the ice with the puck, it is a penalty shot. Now, we've seen almost a penalty shot earlier in the game. That's a questionable call there. I don't know if you're able to pass the puck to your goalie in the crease. Have to check up on that one, but
regardless, Bulldogs do get an offensive zone faceoff. Somehow the puck is played all the way down the ice. Icing, I believe, that went off the Bulldogs. Looked like Reimer spun around and shot that one down his own ice.
I would like to say, Jack, the Ohio fans disagree with that one.
Oh.
They think that one should have not been an icing call.
I tend to agree with them there, but
yeah, I don't know what that hit. It just kind of sprung backwards flying, but
regardless, Reimer back in to take another one. Reimer adjusting the skates of Glenn. Didn't think he was legally in position. Now the official overrules the other, I don't know. Reimer's back in to take it, wins it. Turin gets it taken away, and here come the Bobcats. Turin takes an interference penalty on Glenn. Bulldogs, like we said, will be shorthanded.
Yeah, that was an interesting call there on Turin. kind of looked like both of them ran into each other in center ice with Turin on Glenn, but Turin's the bigger body, Glenn's a little bit smaller. You see it a lot, especially in hockey, where that bigger guy is gonna kind of get scrutinized, the little guy's gonna be protected, and for that reason, Turin's gonna go to the box.
Turin also, like you were saying, at 6'6". I mean, he's going to overpower most guys, but now the Bulldog penalty kill has to go back to work for a 5th time. The officials kick out yet another centerman as Casper now comes in.
Yeah, and then Glenn standing in at 5'10". That's a massive difference there that really, even if Glenn does shove a shoulder up, it's really hard to see.
Puck is cleared down. Bobcats reset, and now they are off. Seen a lot of Abraham. He goes again, trying to beat him wide. Plays it out front. Eliason covers that one up.
Yeah, I thought that one might have crept through the 5-hole of Eliason there. Great save nonetheless, able to freeze the puck. Set up a offensive zone draw for the Bobcats, however, kind of giving them an opportunity to set up their power play.
Only 17 seconds gone in this penalty. This official is trying to teach these guys how he wants this faceoff to go, and they are not listening. Still talking with them. I believe it's Casper and DeCalloway. Finally, the puck is dropped. One back by DeCalloway. Played back to Nabozny. And they set up. Nabozny with it. Playing pitch with Auvert. He's got it. Puck is down low now. Taken up high, and Nabozny with it again. Auvert, Nabozny switch spaces. He shoots, blockered away. And that puck is cleared. I believe number 15, Cohen, was open on that back door, but we've seen these guys a lot. Defensemen swapping places and just trying to get shots through to the net.
And here comes the penalty kill X factor in this game for the Bulldogs in Blake Weidman. Really been locked down this entire game.
As you'd call it, Jammer trying to break through. Drops it back to Weidman. Bobcats do gain possession. And here they go now. Thompson gives it away to Weidman. Down to a knee and clears it back off, and he goes off for a well-deserved change.
Yeah, Blake Weidman has just been thrilling on this penalty kill for the Bulldogs. He puts on so much pressure, reads the play so well, gets the sticks on pucks, everything you can ask for in a penalty killer.
That is played errantly out to center ice. 20 seconds to go. Dustin with it. Being pressured by Nye. Finally gives it up. Holt now turns. And the Bobcats are away. 10 seconds remaining in this power play. Played out in front. Thompson gloves it down. Just missed the net. 5 seconds to go. Dustin again with it. Thompson with it in the slot. That is played out, and the Bulldogs kill off their fourth. Bobcats now 1 for 5 on the power play.
Yeah, this Bulldog penalty kill really showing why they're so strong right now. Really, that entire time, you almost forgot that they were on the penalty kill. They were so dominant in making sure the Bobcats had 0 offensive possession.
Keller takes a big hit by Allen. No referee's hands up. This is shot through. Got to Elias, and he turned it away.
No.
Luke Reeve will come out next whistle as we hear some choice language from beside us. And another big hit thrown. As this game gets to the later stages, every inch of ice has to be worked for. And a chance here. Hunter Allen is offside. Reagan knew it. But now the Bobcats get Luke Reeve back after he served his 10-minute misconduct.
Yeah, Hunter Allen with a little bit of a fumble there on the blue line, and that's the worst kind of point in time to fumble that puck. Really hard for Reagan to read that and stay onside, so it's just going to end up being an offsides call.
Now, if you are head coach Barry Shute, you were talking with Luke Reeve to settle down. He gets that 10-minute misconduct. Are you going right back to him, or are you making a point and sort of sitting him down for the next couple minutes?
You know what? If this game was out of hand and it was, 4-5-2 even, I would consider it. I would be like, hey, teach him a lesson, sit him for a couple shifts if maybe we crawl back into this one. But you're only down 1 goal. He's been your leading scorer this entire year. Really, he has won tonight early on. You have to play him. You have to keep him involved in order to try to tie this one up.
Yeah, Reeve started off the scoring in the first. The shot through, puck is loose. A broken stick there from Reagan. Gajewski one-hands that to center. Reagan off the bench, lays out Abraham. I'm not sure he even tried to, but they just ran into each other. Alderman plays it to the corner. Someone's glove is off. A chance here for the Bulldogs. Smith out to Gajewski. Can't get through, and here goes Abraham with Holt. Plays to Holt, McLaughlin back. Sebastian Smith now. The glove is in the middle of the ice. Doesn't matter. That puck is played off the ceiling.
Nick Mahey's glove for the Bobcats. Made a great defensive play without it. Able to turn away a 2-on-1 opportunity breaking towards the net.
8:01 remaining in this third period. Bulldogs trying to hang on and get their 9th win of the year. Bobcats trying to come back and keep their unblemished record. Gilbert plays it down deep. Reimer flips the side to Turin. A chance here. That puck was heading for Jammer's stick. Reimer hits Thompson up high, and he's going to get a call. I looked right at you. They're going to call high stick. It looked like just a body check that was high. Now the Bulldogs are starting to take too many penalties, and the Ohio Bobcats power play going back to work.
I don't know if that one was a high stick, Jack, but, you know, I saw it right away, looked right to my left. Elbow did make contact with the head. You can't do that, and unfortunately it's going to send the Bobcats to a late-ish power play here with 7:43 left, trying to tie this one up.
I've seen this power play have chances after chance. Only 1 for 5 now. This is their 6th opportunity. One back by Jammer.
Reeve is not out there on this power play.
It's a good eye. Now played to Aldridge. Aldridge. One-timer by Holt right into the midsection of Eliason, excuse me. And that's a good point. We have not seen Reeve yet. It might just be because he's not on this specific power play, but we will keep an eye out for him later in the game.
Yeah, great shot there by the Bobcats, but unfortunately no one was in front of Eliason, and he's able to just track that one perfectly.
Bobcats win it back again. Dustin and Aldridge. We've seen these two switch positions. They do it again. Dustin lays it down. Now back to Aldridge. He walks in, he shoots, deflected off Jammer's stick. Bobcats still with it. Still have possession in Thompson. Lays it around to Glenn and Aldridge. Jammer after it. Pressuring Aldridge. Bulldogs come up with it. And Weidman sends it down the ice, and he's going to beat Dustin back.
Weidman just again and again showing why he's so great on the penalty kill. He single-handedly disrupted multiple power plays for Ohio.
It's smart for him to get off after a minute, giving it his all. Get some fresh bodies on the ice. Holt plays it around to nobody. Bro sends it the rest of the ice. Takes a hit while doing so. Now this is a point in the game where referees might not want to call a penalty to decide this one. They're going to let these guys play as that hits something on the ice. And here go the Bobcats. Makes a man miss. It's Auvert. He plays it across. He had a chance to shoot. And some Bulldog goes in hard. Can't see the number.
I believe that's Brandon Nye. Made a great diving play and just couldn't get back up.
Auvert had a chance to shoot at the hash marks. Elected to defer.
I love the coaching here from Coach Asalos for the Bulldogs, putting Weidman right back out there. And now Reeve will make an appearance. We do have a little bit of Weidman on Reeve action potentially. Weidman being the greatest PK asset for the Bulldogs this game, and Reeve, one of the best goal scorers for the Bobcats.
Reeve wins it back. Auvert asking for it over to Nabozny. Shot taken by Thompson. That goes high and wide. 20 seconds to go, and there's Weidman right on cue. Takes it away from Auvert, and he's through. He just chips it down deep. A last-ditch effort for the Bobcats on this power play. Abraham, Casper with a little bit of a screen on Jammer. A nice give and go. Wrap around. Puck is loose. Bulldogs are back to even strength. Abraham with it. He's got a chance to shoot. Does deflect it away to the corner by Eliason. Ohio still with it. Mott is now on. Auvert pressuring him. Weidman with it and just flips that one out to safety. As we near the 5-minute mark, Casper brings it right back in. He's got speed to the outside. Takes it backhand just wide. As Hunter Allen tries to get it out, he does. Hunter Allen now gets taken out by Keller, stays with it. Ritchie levels him, big 6'5". Puck is just being laid on by Reeve. The Bulldogs are content if this is just going to be played out. Played around to Zaski. He takes a shot at the net, puck deflected there. Not sure if that ever got through. And now away are the Bobcats. That puck is deflected out of play.
I think Zaski or Schonberger might have got away with a little bit high of a cross check there. Made contact with the head of a Bobcat forward. I did not catch the number. Luckily the whistle blew. I don't think the attention was on them, but there was clear contact to the head. Lucky to kind of get away with that one if you are the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you never want to take a penalty, but especially a one-goal game with 4 minutes and change left, you certainly do not want to take one. As Cohen has it now back at the point. Gilbert is open, does get it. He shoots, that is wide. Tip from Mengel was not there. Cohen with it again, he shoots, deflected wide. Bulldogs escape, but Bobcats are pressuring hard. Laid out in front, Reagan intercepts. He chips it. Not sure if that's enough for icing. It's not. It's perfect curling weight as Reagan stays with it. Reagan to Smith. The side of the net. He's battling for it. Taken away by Gilbert. Brady Gilbert starts the breakout. It's taken away. Not sure where the puck went. Hit the roof, I believe. And with 4 minutes exactly, we are into this late stages of the third period. Bulldogs still holding a one-goal lead.
Yeah, and I think it's crucial here for the Bulldogs. Putting out, I mean, we have Weidman, who's played tremendous defense the entire game, and I'd like to touch on that. He's listed on the third line here, but really has not played anywhere near the third line. I think that shows you truly the depth of this Adrian team. Really, they're able to put out whatever line they want, whatever combination they want, and it's going to have a chance to work.
And here comes Auvert again. Eliason played that upstairs. The puck is loose. Auvert gets it back. Looked like Eliason could have just gloved that. Played it with his chest. Puck can't get out. Nabozny plays it off of Bro, and Bro clears. Mahey goes back. 3 and change left. Bulldogs are sort of playing a 1-2-2 here now. They look to hold on to this lead. Thompson gets leveled by DeCallaway. Callaway gets it back, and here come the Bulldogs. Nye into Callaway with it. Nabozny trying to defend. DeCallaway gets a shot off. Deflected aside easily by Alderman. Weidman plays it back in, and a wholesale change for the Bulldogs.
Alderman has struggled really with some of these shots, being able to control them off his chest and pads. A lot of opportunities for the Bulldogs if they crash the net a little harder, but kind of had to get some bodies off the ice there.
Got a men's D2 game coming up between these two schools as well. Both are watching on the sides. Net looked offside. Not going to be called as the Bulldogs try and wind down this clock. Jammer with it. He tried to center it, unsuccessful. Played off the glass, and now in behind the defense is Aldridge. On Mott, Aldridge draws the penalty, and with 2 and change left, the Bulldogs will be shorthanded. And how much do you think this Brady Shute will give his players before pulling the goaltender Garrett Alderman?
Oh, if they win this draw, he's pulled immediately. If they win this draw, they control it. He's straight to the bench. They're going to take a timeout here, obviously, to kind of settle it down, go over their plan. But, yeah, if you're the Bobcats, you're pulling Garrett Alderman almost immediately if this draw is in your possession.
Yeah, so I think we've seen this a few times, and it's going to be a timeout. Let's just make sure by Barry Shute, the coach of the Bobcats. For the Bulldogs, it looks like it's going to be Toth, Nye, DeCallaway, and Zaski. Penalty is to Mott for holding. They did make sure that was the call. 2:32 remaining. Are you thinking the goaltender, Garrett Alderman, should be up near the top of the circles waiting for that puck to be won on the faceoff?
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to, right? If you're up kind of at the top of the circle range, that puck's not going to come straight back and straight to the goal. You're going to have enough time to react if that puck is lost. I think sitting at the top of the circle really gives you enough time where it's quick to get to the bench, and then you're able to send a player right into action. Now, I like to touch on that Nathaniel Mott's penalty. While it might seem like a bad take here, 2:32 left, that's a goal if he doesn't hold him. Eliason really had the angle, but kind of a little bit slow. It's a hard tuck to read if you're a goalie coming in with so much speed. So Mott taking the penalty kind of prevented a Bobcat goal, and your penalty kill has been great all night. Why not trust him here with 2:32 left?
And Alderman is in net. I wonder if Coach Shute is just going to give his top unit maybe a minute to see if they can work. The Bulldogs shorthanded, obviously don't have to worry about icing, so they can just take their open shots at the net.
Yeah, I was just about to comment on that. That's the one issue if you pull your goalie right away.
Shot by Holt, blocked away. That has cleared the length of the ice, like we were saying. But I'm sure Alderman will get out of this net sooner rather than later. Nabozny drops it back to Holt. Holt dumps it in. Zaski with a nice glove. That is cleared all the way down. Now is danger time. Bulldogs change. 2 minutes to go. Number 3 team and number 4 team in the country battling it out. And here we go. Aldridge comes in. He spins back, leaves it for Glenn. Glenn taking hard to the boards, and there goes Alderman. 6-on-4 for the remaining 1 minute and 40 seconds. That puck is played the length of the ice by Brandon Nye. So there's a minute remaining in this power play. A minute and a half remaining in the game. Net empty, 6-on-4. Nice cross-ice pass to Aldridge as they go back to Dustin. Aldridge, 2 Bobcats out front. Aldridge, Dustin swap positions. Puck gets through. Aldridge switches positions with Holt. Aldridge takes the shot off the post. That close to tying it. Dustin gets the rebound. He throws it cross ice to Aldridge again. Puck is loose. Eliason is in the net. Minute remaining in the game. Aldridge back at it with it at the point. He elects to shoot. Blocked by Nye. Get it back to Holt. One-timer. Big block by Strasky. Blocked again. Puck can't get out. Finally does. 40 seconds remaining.
Harped on it all game long, Jack. This penalty kill for the Bulldogs has just been phenomenal.
Aldridge right back in. 30 seconds to go. Bulldogs even strength. Puck shot down the ice. Into the open net. Justin Jammer seals it from 200 feet.
Open net or not, that's not an easy shot whatsoever. Turning around almost like a basketball fadeaway, threw it up in the air and lands right on net to put the icing in the cake for the Bulldogs.
Very well played game between these two teams. Penalties galore. Bulldogs penalty kill comes up huge once again. 25 seconds remaining. Is going to go down out of his net is Eliason, and he just plays it. Glides with Zaski. Bobcats are running out of time. 15 and change to go. Allen wins it. He flips it. Puck is given away, and Cohen shoots. Another bad save for Eliason, his 36th. Puck is played to the front. Zaski shoots it all the way out. And the Bulldogs seal this one 4-2, handing the Bobcats their first loss of the season.
Yeah, I think this is just a huge win, and really a lot of credit goes to Dylan Eliason, running up 2 goals early on, and then proceeds to stop 36 and just really stonewall this Bobcat offense, who had opportunity after opportunity 5-on-5, and then you go to the penalty kill, and he just kept stopping every puck that was sent at him.
Yeah, this third period, much like the second, penalty-filled. Bulldogs with 4 in a row. So we take another look.
We're going to take a look at this third goal here. Really set them over the top. One of their 3 power play goals of the night. Just a great job screening the net, and it sneaks through. What a way to gain the lead, and all the momentum that really brought them into this third period, able to play the game that they were able to play.
And I believe that was Justin Jammer on the screen on that third goal from Cash Reagan. And then Justin Jammer seals it with an empty net. The dying seconds as the Bulldogs come away with the victory.
Yes, now one more person to shout out here. I think it's probably the MVP of the night. If I had to give my first star, it would be to Blake Weidman. Played a phenomenal game defensively on the penalty kill. Really shut down any opportunities they had. Pressure on pressure, blocked shots, tipped pucks, cleared pucks. Everything was just locked down for Blake Weidman tonight.
Yeah, you take a look at the power plays. Both teams with 7 attempts. Bulldogs winning the power play battle. They were 2 for 7. We believe they were actually 3 for 7. All 3 coming on the power play. But Ohio 1 for 7 in this game. They were coming in with a 21% power play. Bulldogs penalty kill coming in at 89%. Just got them over that 90% mark. This was one of the games of the year. The number 4 seeded Adrian College Bulldogs knock off the number 3 seeded Ohio Bobcats. And these two teams play once again tomorrow in Ohio at 7 p.m. I think that's going to conclude. Any final thoughts?
No, other than that, Ohio's really going to have to figure out this power play. But other than that, I look forward to tomorrow night.
Yeah, we will for sure tune in to that broadcast in Ohio. This will be all for myself, Jack Whitehead, my partner Michael Schubeck up here. Bulldogs victorious 4-2. Will take on Ohio Bobcats University once again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. For all of us here at ACTV, we want to thank you for tuning in. And as always, go Bulldogs.